Good morning. Hello to all one viewer. Ooh, that's some hot tea. Two viewers. We're getting up there. Like, I just had a stream yesterday, so it's like I'm not expecting that many people to be here today. Although I do expect some people, I guess who weren't interested in War Thunder might be on here. Okay, let me just get some stuff set up real quick. Yes. Mock number. Or speed number, rather. You're late? How dare you? Well, good morning. I mean, look at me, I'm like 9 minutes late. I usually say like I start at like 9 or something and then end up missing that target slightly. Alright, so we're off to Anchorage today. So we're gonna start by backing up and then hopping our way over to Anchorage. Our next stop is Haines, which is an airport teeny tiny, I think like about 100 miles up north. And one of the main problems about that airport is that the runway appears to be less than 4,000 feet long. So we might, now that I actually think of it, I should probably dump some fuel before I actually head up over there. But if anything bad happens during this trip, it's probably gonna be at Haines. We'll see what happens. I think this is backed up far enough. And let me go into the fuel and payload and mess around with the number of fuel. The amount of fuel we have. 0, 0. Just keep the center tank. That's it. Actually, even that can go down a little bit. Take off half the amount of fuel we have. Okay, cool. Now I need to figure out what direction to take off. I guess I'll taxi the long way around, should I? How is everybody's morning? This is FSX default. Or actually not the plane, sorry. This is definitely an add-on. But most of everything else is indeed default. Keep in mind I installed like FSX kinda in a haste at the time when I was like beginning all of this stuff. So I didn't bother adding on too many things. That may change though. Like if we indeed do try to go to Moscow, I'll probably have to download some stuff. Hello, Life with Chris. I should probably turn next taxiway. I do find the plane slightly more maneuverable on the ground, probably because we're only carrying half the fuel. I use throttles on my joystick. There's like a very tiny tab on my joystick that I use. Let me see if I can. This thing right here. That's the That's the throttle. And it's worked out relatively well. I do not have X-Plane or P3D, because that means I'll actually have to spend money. I got this FSX, I think, 10 years ago, back when it just came out. And honestly, I don't actually play Flight Sim that often. Most of the time, I play other games, and then I just do a little bit of Flight Sim just when people want to see me do it. Alright, here we go. I think we're all trimmed out. Flaps are set to 15. And how far are we from Haynes? GPS. Oh, we're only 61 miles away. Nautical miles. So I don't think we need to go to... We'll go to 15,000. This is all arbitrary. It's not like I'm actually following flight rules or anything. Oh, is Virgin Australia really gone now? Last I heard, they were like doing voluntary administration or something, right? Which means like, oh, they're trying to look for new owners or new investors, basically. If they failed to find investors, then yeah, they would be going down. That would be such a shame, because they actually sound like a good airline. I never got to fly on it. Make sure I don't crash into any mountains or such. Do you like FSX or X-Plane 11? I do not have a preference right now because I've never tried X-Plane. I have a feeling It may be X-Plane 11 if I actually get my hands onto it. Do you have a yoke? No. You have a joystick from antiquity. Dates back to like 2010 or something. This thing right here. Cool. Do I prefer landings or takeoffs? That's a good question. I think I have a slight preference towards landings. I like seeing burning rubber. But I also really like hearing spool ups from takeoffs. Which is actually part of the reason why, well, the main reason why I like Marine Drive. Because you get to get the best out of both. Yep, watching the news. Stay in touch with Virgin, Australia, South African Airways. And there's probably a few others that are also kind of in trouble at the moment that we won't know until a little bit later. Good morning, Reese. Oh, did I really set my stream to PM? Okay. I was wondering about that. It's kind of weird because that's only happened like once or twice when I was like setting up videos. Most of the time I'm like, I do okay with knowing what's AM and PM until today, I guess. You see, that's why we need to go with military time. I'm okay with having 24 hours in a day rather than 12 in AMs and PMs. That's right, burning rubber. Where it's at. Hello, officer. Do I like to fly realistically or for fun? I guess fun-ish? Because, like, I'm not following any of the flight rules, basically. I just vaguely do what looks like proper flying. Okay, we're slowly making our way over there. Basically, like, this isn't even VFR that I'm flying. Like, I'm not listening to ATC or following, like, the whole, like, oh, you need to separate your altitude by, like, evens and odd numbers. There's IFR, and then there's VFR, and then there's whatever the heck we're doing. Tiger Air is going down? Oh, hello, Portland Aviation. Didn't even say hello to me, Portland. Tiger Air is going down, apparently. Is that's the... Is Singapore... I probably shouldn't. embarrass myself. Singaporean or something. Tiger Air is Singaporean, or is that Australian? Let me check. Let me fact check. Oh, it is Australian. Huh. Tiger Air is Australian. Just an FYI. I didn't know that. So, I learned, I guess. Am I streaming every day? Probably not. I think like there was a request for me to stream on weekends rather than weekdays. It makes sense. In addition, like I'm starting to get some work again, so I can't really do the same thing as I used to. Tiger Air. Oh, okay, that's what I was getting mixed up with. They're Taiwan subsidiary. Because I was thinking for such a long time, like always see Tiger Air in Asia a lot. They probably have a massive base over in Singapore or something. That or not. Steam is fuzzy. Huh, that's unusual. Yeah, you may want to get like a better Wi-Fi signal, or just do LAN. Would I get FS 2020? It was free. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, like apart from when I'm like streaming, that I don't actually usually play Flight Sim because I often have other stuff I need to do. Flight Sim is... I find this mostly fun because I get to talk with you guys. There's a lot of downtime when I play Flight Sim. It's part of the reason why I decided to do like one War Thunder session and then one Flight Sim stream. Because in War Thunder, you're supposed to be like in the game the whole time, unless you're at the hangar, but that's not interesting. It's only when you're in the hangar that you get to like talk to people, I guess. Oh crap, I think I'm too close to the airport. Oh, where is this thing? Oh, okay, I see it. So, unfortunately for our flight, we can only land at Haines from one direction. If we try to approach from the south, we're gonna have to fly over people's houses and terrain and stuff. You can see it over here. This airport. We go from the south, we're gonna have to fly through terrain, and with a 737 we cannot afford it. The runway is like less than 4,000 feet, so we have to approach from the north, make a big turn over the water, approach at very low altitude, and then try to stop in time. Sounds like a plan, right? My camera's off. I'll adjust it slightly. Because I'm actually like leaning back slightly this time instead of slouching over. That's right. At this time we need all the connections we got. I guess it's one of the beautiful things that when society kind of stops, like you have time to kind of think and actually communicate with people. Because if it was just a normal work week, like, I'd just be exhausted and I probably wouldn't be, like, going around and see how everybody's doing anymore. I'd probably just spend all my spare time sleeping or something. Good morning, Gemini Jets. What's the destination? I thought it was going to be Russia eventually. We'll see about that. We're trying... Right now it's just Anchorage. Formerly Russia. Here's the question. Was Anchorage back when it was part of Russia? Or did they call it something else? Or did it not exist? I'm pretty sure it existed. Okay, we're picking up the wind now. Oh crap, why is... Okay, now my flaps are up, that's good. Brakes are armed. Come on, 30%. There we go. Alright. What's my Discord? I think that's Portland Aviation's. Oh, what? Oh, right, okay, I forgot. Wait. Supposed to... I said I had negative 2,000 feet per minute, and they went beyond that for a second. I'm just saying it's the plane's fault, not mine. Maybe you can't descend at 2,000 feet per minute like this. Okay, so there's Haynes, right at our 12 o'clock position. And just to reiterate, this runway is like listed as 3,990 feet long on Flight Sim. In reality, I think it's actually 4,000, but whatever. Extra challenge for us. Maybe it is 10 feet shorter than it actually is listed in AirNav. $2,500. Cool. Go down to 1,000 feet. And this might be a crazy idea, but I think I'm just gonna like descend all the way to 100 feet and then stay there until I'm basically right above the runway. At the worst that can happen, the wind shear is gonna push the vertical speed down to 1,500 feet per minute, and I should have basically 4 minutes to react before the plane goes into the ground, if that wind shear happens. Am I even descending? I'm not descending. How far away am I? I'm just realizing I may not have enough room to do a full 180. Okay, let's just do that here then.
1,000.
Whoops, bank angle.
Sink rate.
Dude, you're supposed to maintain the altitude. Why are we below 1,000 now? Come on, plane. You can do it. Oh gosh, whoa, airspeed, airspeed. Get down. Oh, okay. Turn off the autopilot. That's why. Okay, and I need to trim this out to like, yeah, 5 degrees is good. Oh, our approach speed is really low now, isn't it? It's like at 120. Yeah, I can't see what's going on in the chat anymore. A little occupied. How are we doing? Okay, cool, cool. Come on, get down, get down.
1,000. Sink rate.
Don't sink.
One 120-ish knots sounds like a good approach
500.
speed. And good thing is that we don't actually have trees in the way this time,
400.
so we might actually have a good shot.
$300.
Come on, get down to 100.
200. 100.
Don't sink.
Hello, trees.
Minimums 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
I have to slow down, slow down. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. Oh my gosh. Whew. We did not go off the end, guys. That actually feels like an achievement. Whew. Alright, let's take a look. Butter? Was it actually butter? Let me take a look. I felt like I was actually floating a bit at a point.
Don't sink.
Is this from the airport?
300.
This looks fun.
200. 100. Minimums 50. 40. 30.
Yeah, we're
20.
still pretty high when
10.
when we actually landed. We're pretty high on approach, rather. What's going on in the chat? You were on like a long hiatus, I'm spotting, is that right? 2014 to 2018. Yeah, I guess I didn't recall seeing videos during that time, right? It was only like, it was like about 2018 that I start to see your videos. Okay, now how are we gonna... How are we gonna taxi? Because I remember that these taxiways are very narrow. Hmm. And here we are, just watching me taxi for the next 10 minutes. That's what I call quality entertainment. Wait, no, hold on, I need 15 degrees. I need 15 degrees of flaps indeed. Butter, butter, butter. Hope FSX comes in mobile. That'll be interesting to see if FSX can actually run on mobile. But if they make it work, that's a pretty good achievement on its own. Do I watch Swiss 110? Well, like 001, sorry. I definitely have seen his videos, but I guess like I've seen a lot of stuff, haven't I? Okay. Whoops. Don't. I'll get the trim when I'm lining up. Yeah, Swiss is like one of the bigger like airplane YouTubers. Yeah, I've seen your videos. Seen some Eugene stuff. Are you basically the the dominant Eugene spotter now? Okay, I need every bit of runway I can now. Do a little bit of this. Alright. Alright, boys and girls. We need to take off now. 2 degrees. Trim. Oh crap, I forgot to fasten seatbelt sign again. There we go. Airspeed, I'll put it up to 250. And then altitude. How far are we from the next airport? Okay, 127 nautical miles. Calls for altitude. I don't know, 250 is a good altitude. 2,000 feet per minute. Okay. And I'm actually going to check on the fuel, because we did drop off like 50% of our fuel last time. Oh, Yeah, I think we're good. 60% is good. Alright, here we go. Hold the brakes. Okay, time to get on the nav. Just don't smash me into... Oh, okay. Nope, nope, never mind. Guess I'm stuck with this route for a little bit. Hold on, this is the path we're supposed to be on. Yeah, okay. So if I turn this on, it shouldn't crash me into the mountains. Nope, nope. I don't know what it's doing. Am I under heading or something? Or approach path. Nav logging? That should work. I don't know what's... Oh, I see. I'm following the old path that was going on. Okay. So I should be turning the other way. I forgot I'm supposed to follow the purple line, not the white line. The line on the heading indicator, not that white line. 270 knots. Just gonna have to keep a close eye on all the terrain. Okay, cool. Now I can do the warlock. I don't think any of these mountains are taller than 8,000 feet. Okay. Whew. What's going on over here now? Are you guys comparing flight sims right now? What's going on? Gear tilts? Are you guys talking about like which flight sim actually has gear tilts and all? Yeah, that for me is a pretty big deal. Especially back when I was doing FSX, like, music videos. I made like 2 of them. Back then, all I cared was whether the plane model looks good enough. And gear tilt is one of those things I care about a lot. And wing flex, of course. You know, I probably could have just taken off, like, without taxiing all the way to the long end of the runway. I think if we just turned around after our landing and took off, that would have been much quicker. And I'd actually be right on path as well. Right on path to, I think, Yakutat? Is that how I pronounce it, by the way? That airport shouldn't be a problem for us because this runway is 7,700 feet long. But the airport after that, we're going to have some issues. One of my ancient Kai-Tak FS musics. Yes. Those were the days. Yeah, after all these years, I'm still passionate about Kai-Tak for some reason. And every year, like, when I go back to Hong Kong, I have to film there at least once. Just for reasons. Where did I take off from? I took off from Juneau. And before that, I took off from YVR. Basically, it's a long, hoppy flight from Canada, YVR, all the way to Anchorage. And it has lasted for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks now, I think. Whenever our first time streaming was. But yeah, so we took off from Juneau today, and then we're heading to Anchorage, airport hopping along the way. And the main rule is we need to land at an airport every 150 miles, just for entertainment purposes. Otherwise, you're just gonna see me at cruise for like 4 hours, and that's no fun. How's our airspeed doing? We can go up to 290. Yep. Very first music was Lift, Poets of the Fall. I'm trying to remember that. I really should know this. Is that the one, like, that's titled, like, PDX 2010 or something? Yeah, and then when I search up PDX Lift, I of course get the car service instead. Two thousand 2009, okay. You know, I actually made that video for a school project, and then I just repurposed it. Naturally, the teacher gave me a good grade, but when, like, we had to show our music videos, like, it was a music video project. We like choose a song and then do like some sort of video over it as a music video, and then try to make it not suck. That's the main name of the game. And after the whole project, we show it to everyone. The class watches it all at once. And when my video came on, like after it all ended, I just heard some slow clapping. But the teacher was impressed, and I think he gave me an A for it. But yeah, that's the story behind Lift. I should check out X-Plane Glomo. I can take a look at that. Does it require me money though? Does it require money from me? That's the big question. Oh, I see. It's global. Oh, I see. It's a mobile thing. Oh, that seems interesting. It does speak to the fact that computers have improved so much that we can slap it all into a small little phone. I guess, yeah. It's good that it didn't suck, or at least the teacher didn't think it sucked. I did get some very interesting reactions from people, that's all. That's the only thing. Broke. Can't afford X-Plane Glomo. That may be me, depending on how our world situation develops. Okay, Mach 0.78. I'll do 0.77. Yeah, 0.75. How about that? Because we are at 25,000 feet instead of whatever cruising altitude should be. And we need to start descending soon. I also really like Yakutat's airport code. Paya. Paya. Is that how it usually goes, or did that come from experience? That was me during my whole, like, high school career. I was that cringy kid who always can't stop talking about planes and Kai-Tak. Yeah, looking back, like, I guess I mostly should have kept my mouth shut. I don't know, live and learn. We all learn at some point. Yeah, the first video I made was like some 37s at Portland. And standard SD definition, not very good audio quality. This channel is pretty old, but I mostly like use it as just to watch videos and whatnot and comment. And it wasn't until like 2011 do I actually like start making content. Or making content that is similar to what we do today. Well, not today. I only started Flight Sim like 4 weeks ago. There's a start for everything. Fifth grade, when you came across my channel, those were the days. Yeah, I feel like we're all in the same boat, sort of, or at least some of us. We're the outcasters who can't stop talking about planes. You know, I drew planes a lot in high school, like a lot too. I mean, there's no need to listen in class, you know. Teacher says whatever they want, and then I just draw whatever I want. I spent most of my time like drawing Kai-Tak and whatnot back in the old days. I saw this channel almost a year ago. Yeah, that's usually about the same discovery rate. Like before I started making music videos, I think this channel only had about like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. And then after Fly Away became really popular somehow, that's when it all spiked. And that's when like most people actually sort of learned about my channel. Okay, we should start descending now. And all I can hope for is not to crash into those mountains. Negative 2,000 feet per minute. Gosh, there's too much garbage in the way. I can't stretch properly. Okay. It's hard to listen to stuff when we're forced to do that. That's the problem. In college, though, like, I basically have to listen at that point. Otherwise, I just get Fs. Yep, as predicted. Fly Away was really a game changer for me. Even though I kind of like have a love-hate relation with that video. It's not exactly at the quality that like I want. There's stuff that I look at and I point out and be like, oh crap, I really wish I changed that. Nothing I can do now, and I guess it's doing well enough. "23 minutes. That's pretty decent length. I think like most people actually do long plane spotting videos. Like if you look at ORD Aviation, or Jay's Aviation I think is now called, like all his stuff is an hour. And there were actually people who told me like, hey, they want to see hour-long spotting videos from me. And my general response is, okay, I'll do that, and then I never actually do it. Part of the main reason why I don't is because I want a like standard continuous upload schedule. And if I do an hour-long spotting video, that means I will only like upload once every month or so. There's just no way for me to go back to the airport that often. And 1 hour-long spotting video is about, I don't know, like a few hours worth of actual spotting. Nowadays I only spot for like maybe an hour or two. So that's sort of the reason why I don't do hour-long spotting videos. But hey, if it works for you, like if you're able to actually do an hour-long spotting video, then congrats to you, dude. Nice. 11 to 8 p.m. Yep, that sounds like a pretty standard spotting day for. I think most people like spot, like take a lot of time to actually spot, catching all the stuff they can. I think like for example, when I was spotting with Dimitri a few times, like that's what we did. We just spotted from morning till evening, and those were the days. Now I'm just old. I have to work. Can't stay at the airport for that long because I got other stuff to do. I'm basically turning into the old fart that complains about everything. $250, that's good. You normally can't tolerate more than 2 hours. In terms of spotting or like just, well, I guess like spotting video in general. There was a time when I was like far more enthusiastic about plane spotting. Like it almost, at a certain point in my life, like I think 2013 or so, it almost felt like, I don't know, like kind of like a religion. Like I do not allow anything to mess with my spotting day. If a police comes up and tells me like, hey, sorry, you need to move, like that will like anger me for like months long. But after a while it kind of wore off. I still spot and I still have fun out there, but it's just, you know, I'm not quite as enthusiastic about it as I used to be. In a way, I think that's a good thing too. I'm not as crazy as I was back then. Oh yeah, that happens. One after the other. At one point, trying to catch the A330, and all of a sudden, oh look, a paint job flight. But then, oh look, a diversion. An ANA 787 is on final. I think record spotting time for me was probably about, I think about 8 hours or so. Yeah, because there was one time where I actually...
Sink rate.
What? Dude, you're... Come on, plane. You're supposed to control the sink rate. Anyways, that one time when I was trying to catch, like, that Narita Delta flight, an ANA 787 decided to divert here. So I just stayed the whole day until the 787 departed. And I was glad I did, because it took off from Marine Drive, or 10 left, and I was on Marine Drive. That was probably the best spotting day that I've had in a very long time. Am I a pilot? No, I'm not a pilot. I was a student pilot, but I'm not an actual pilot. This is as good as it's gonna get, guys. Ran a mile from your hotel to catch two 767s and a 74. I think that's a solid. It's reasonable to go a little bit further to try and catch a heavy, given that there's so few of them at PDX. We all have our limits. That's right. We all know our limits and have our limits. 777X does look pretty cool. I hear that they're still flying, they're doing test flights up there, right? Like even during all of this pandemic stuff. Okay, let me get airspeed down even further, because I think we're charging at Yakutat a little too fast. That's like the common, I don't know, like, it seems like, it always ends with some sunburn, one way or the other. Same here, especially, like, if I've been staying indoors for, like, months at a time, and all of a sudden I meet some people at PDX, and then I spot there for 5 hours in the sun. Or like YVR, at least it's not YVR, you know, where you just get mosquito bites. Okay, let me actually figure out which direction should I land from. Okay, I should actually land this direction. Why am I only 7,000? 3,000, how about that? I'm gonna fly over the airport and then just do a turn and line up with whatever runway that is. I don't know what that runway number is actually. Once again, I'm not a pilot, so it's okay for me to make mistakes, right? Disobeyed all traffic laws. Oh, you obeyed all traffic laws, that's good. I thought you disobeyed for some reason. Now, there's not a lot of people at Portland, right? Like PDX right now, is there? I'm actually curious about like how many people are in the terminal and all. Oh yeah, it's hard to believe. This flight sim is now a teenager. The 2010s are no longer. Well, the 2010s are now 10 years ago. I can't believe it. I'm gonna turn 30 eventually by the end of this decade. That's a little concerning. Allergic to mosquitoes. Do you mean you just puff up, or what's the reaction? Okay, so apparently that's the runway we're supposed to land on. Was it runway 11? Runway 29er. Okay. Why am I only descending by 1,000 feet per minute? There we go, that's better. Is this the end of the flight? Nope, unfortunately not. Or fortunately not, depending on your preferences. We're trying to fly all the way to Anchorage today, and this is only Yakutat. Which is sort of the... No, it's not even halfway, it's like a third of the way. The terminal looks like a ghost town. Yakutat? I did see the pictures, and it did seem like their hangar it's a little bit on the simplified side. It is like a small town, so what you expect. It's not like they have billions of dollars to do a, I don't know, Chetlacock terminal or something. Since I actually know the heading of the runway, I'm actually gonna like do a proper downwind now. Well, proper-ish. Just turn to like heading 110 and call that a good downwind. Oops. Heading 110. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't be at a 230 knots, should I? I don't think the flaps like that. Mm-hmm.
$2,500.
what's going on in the chat. Because this is probably the last time I can see the chat before I do my landing. Okay, that's good. There's actually a little more people at Portland then. Yep, my CPU is working really hard so that we get pretty water. Flying over an ocean would be quite beautiful, actually. At least for a while. Come on, man. This was revolutionary back in 2007 is when they came out with FSX, right? And back then, like, none of the computers can actually run FSX. Hmm. Came out in 2006. Huh. That was basically when I was like in middle school? Yeah. Before this I had FS 2000. So that was a pretty big upgrade. It was certainly ahead of its time when it first came out. And in a way it's still... At least in terms of CPU usage though, that's the main problem. If one can properly, like, rig their FSX, like, it is still revolutionary to some degree, I guess. I never got to that point because it seems like a lot of work to download all the shaders and whatnot. Oh crap, I should probably, like, arm my spoilers and all. Degrees, that's good. Whoops. Where am I heading? Down, down, down. You guys were in first grade, third grade? Oh, wow. I am old, don't worry. Now, is everything set? Yeah, spoilers. Everything is trimmed. I'm having trouble, like, figuring out what angle should I be approaching. Because the wind is just blowing me off. I probably should, like, actually get an ILS, like, dialed in. That'll probably help.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
We ignore that. That's what we do on here.
500.
Oh, hold on. We don't need 30 degrees. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Retract. Don't retract, please.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
400.
Okay, I accidentally put in 40... No? That's just 30. Okay. Or is that 40? I have no idea. Okay, we got 40 degrees of flaps now. Whoops. Oh, well. Runway length shouldn't be an
300.
issue. We got 7,000 feet to play around with. Get down.
200. 100. Minimums 50. 40.
Oh.
30.
Balloon. Oh, crap.
20. 10.
Ballooning, ballooning. Come on, get out. There we go. Ow. Oh, jeez. We're flying again. Second touchdown was pretty hard. Good thing we only have 50% of our field with us. Because we only landed halfway down the runway. That's not too unusual, right? Alright. I'll do... do I turn off or should I just... I'll just do a back taxi. Whatever. Okay, let's take a look.
Don't sink. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Somebody needs to chop that tree down. Oh, that's too far away.
100.
That's a shame, because the approach was
50.
actually looking
40.
not too shabby.
30. 20. 10.
Yep. Plop. Boing. You see, that would have actually qualified as a hard landing in YouTube, and there would not be a billion dislikes on it. Okay. Back taxi. Actually, hold on. How are we doing with fuel? Let me take a look. Okay, we're doing fine. And we'll definitely need that empty load, that half bit of fuel, to get to our next destination. It wasn't terrible, I guess. It was just bad. It's okay. We'll see if we can make it up with our next landing. We're now going to Yakataga, as it's called. Nobody's heard of it is because it's in the middle of nowhere. And it doesn't even have a paved runway. On top of that, it's only 4,300 feet long. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Playing game while watching this. You must have really good connection. Oh crap. Try landing at St. Bart's. Am I allowed to land from the not cool side? I'm not gonna go over that hill, you know. How long is St. Bart's runway, by the way? Is it only like 2,000 something? If I remember correctly. Okay, here we turn around. Try not to go off the edge. It's short. Yep, St. Bart's runways is short. It's just that hill that really kills you, though. Okay. Alright, time to get this thing set up. Trimmed out. We just need 2 degrees, thank you very much. Technically I'm supposed to arm the spoilers, but I never do that. Because there's no such thing as rejected takeoff in here. How far away is this airport? 93 nautical miles? Let's just do 20,000 then. And then vertical speed, 2,000 as always. Mach. Indicated airspeed, 250. Okay, I think we're ready. And fasten seatbelt sign is on. Hold on to your lunches, because we're taking off with very little fuel. Wow, look at that climb speed. We're already way above the runway. Alright. control. Oh dear. Airspeed, airspeed. Flaps back down. I thought, yeah, I didn't turn on my altitude hold, unfortunately. That's why. .270. That's a good speed. Just ballpark flying this thing. Okay, let's see what's in the chat. St. Barry's, yes. Lukla is indeed dangerous. I don't know if there's like good flight sim scenery for Lukla though. I haven't looked. That's the thing. There probably is. Lukla is probably, I'd say, is potentially more dangerous. I mean, it probably is more dangerous. But St. Bart's is potentially more dangerous because there's a bigger variety of non-short takeoff and landing planes, I guess. Everything is up. Trim is automatic now. Flaps are all up. Good. Default FSX doesn't have curved runways. Yeah. There are plenty of curved runway add-ons, but they are add-ons. I'm actually thinking, like, statistically, what is the most dangerous airport? Because whenever we think dangerous airports as, like, flight simmers and airplane dudes, like, we think of St. Bart's, Lukla, Kai Tak, that type of stuff. Gibraltar as well. But there aren't actually that many accidents at those airports. Or at least not fatal accidents. If we account for actual fatal accidents, and historically which one had the most of them, like per capita or whatnot, what airport would that actually be? Because I'd be curious if that would actually turn out to be like, I don't know, LAX or JFK or something. Circular runway gang. You gotta do your flight sim videos again, dude. Live streams. Yeah, Gibraltar, it's dangerous mostly for its wind, right? That's the main reason, and because it's short runway. Oh yeah, also for St. Martin too. Short runway, low approach. And you might hit a flying kite if you're flying there. How are we doing? How are we doing without... Oh, okay, we're getting pretty close already. I'll just level off at 15,000 then. PDX is statistically deadlier than Kai Tak. Yeah, it probably is. No, well... Yeah, because like statistically, Kai Tak is actually pretty safe. That's right. Whose brilliant idea to put a highway through an airport? I'm curious if they're actually thinking about doing a tunnel. I don't know. It's Gibraltar. It's kind of a small city, so probably doesn't have enough funds or something. Gibraltar is one compact airport. One compact place, actually. Because I think that road leads directly to a like the customs border with Spain. .64 nautical miles away. Cool. Bosnia. Yeah. Gibraltar, just a popular vacation area and possibly a safe haven for bankers and rich people. I'm sure they got some tax exemptions and low tax rates and whatnot. Let me take a look. Oh crap. How far are we? Yeah, we need to start descending soon. Oh look, we see a little cruise line all the way down there. Ha. Oh, kind of spazzing out a little. What was I doing? Oh right, I was trying to see if I can see the airfield from here. Not really. You see have so many crushes, do you? Hey yo, welcome back. My Jets. Back fast. What'd you have? It is supposed to be a cruise ship, I guess. It's just a little spazzy. Standard FSX stuff. Where'd it go? Oh. Whatever. Ooh, corned beef. That's definitely a plus. With eggs. See, that actually sounds like a proper breakfast. This is my breakfast. That's all. And then the slight traces of toothpaste as well. Previewing. Oh yeah, you preview your videos. That's always good. Checking to make sure everything is in working order. Like, here's what I usually do with my music videos. I usually actually go through and list out all the little errors that I made in the spawning video, or sorry, the music video. I look through it once, and then twice, and then fix everything I can. Doesn't mean I usually catch all of them. Alright, let's start descending it. Let's descend down to 2,000, because that airport is by the sea. Oh yeah, I think my mom's just washing some of the dishes. Throwing dishes around. That is the proper terminology. Throwing them. It's frisbee, you know. How many people are on PC? I am on PC. It is. It is, after all, Flight Sim. I'm gonna eat lunch soon. I am gonna eat lunch soon as well. That's usually when I end my streams. About 12:30. Because that's lunchtime. Saucers make good frisbees. The identified flying objects. Okay. 30 nautical miles. And we hit our first bit of turbulence. That's good. You know, I was actually looking through, thinking about the last time on Flight Sim. I may have accidentally set the wind shear to, like, medium. So that's why we weren't actually getting that much wind.
Sink rate.
Oh, come on, man. I set the sink rate for you, or the descent rate, and you call out sink rate. There's probably some wind shear problems. Bro, it's only 10:30. Yes, I know. And I still have, like, 2 airports to get through. Yeah, I have one other airport to get through after this one. And then we'll actually get to Anchorage. So from here on out, 3 landings is what we're gonna see. Hopefully landings. I need a, like, button on my keyboard to do alternating case. I think that would be a good selling point. Because right now it's total pain to actually do alternating cases. Alright, how are we doing? 20 nautical miles. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Don't tell me it's right by those massive mountains. Yeah, I still don't see it. I am looking for a small grass field. Because in real life, Yakataka is actually a grass field airport. And for some reason they made it gravel in Flight Sim. Turf airport, that's the proper terminology. Nope, I don't see anything. Pacey, that's the airport. That's what it's called. Pacey. We're gonna storm Area 51 again. Just make sure you keep a 5 feet distance, okay? From the next guy. Lenny face key. Yes, we absolutely need that. Oh crap, we're still going at 270. I'm a great pilot. We need alternating case, Lenny face, and the shrug face. Or the table flip face. I think that's good. Why is there just a piece of hair just hanging down my face? There we go. We're all young people, yes. That's why we know all this stuff. Oh, I see the airfield now. Let me see if I can see the runway heading on here.
2500.
Nope, I can't. Oh well. Just gonna wing it. For the first time, I'm gonna go into heading mode. Oops. Wrong way. Heading 240 will probably be good. Or 250 rather. Honey bun, what's that? Automatic quality decides to take all your pixels. Are we properly downwind? By the way, that's the airfield right over there. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. It's supposed to be gravel runway, though. We don't have a gravel kit for this plane, but that's okay. Let me turn the heading to 245, actually. Give me a little more room for base turn. Hey, look, there's a little yachts along the way. Or whatever those sailboats are called. So one of the good things about landing from this side is that... Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that wind. Good thing about landing from this side in is that if we start to run out of runway, we can instantly turn off into the parking area. There's no planes in there anyways. Right. Flaps 210 or speed 210, flaps 1. Truck simulator. I have seen memes about them. Parasails, that's what it's called, parasails. Oh, somewhere down there. Oh, there's some. I'm not sure there will be parasails like out here in the middle of the winter, but there are. I'm not going to judge. Alright. Time to do our turn. There's, in the gorge. Oh yeah, there's some small airports out there. Like, the Dalles. When I was doing flight training though, like, our flight instructor would not allow us to land in the Dalles. Landing gear down. Oh, I should probably arm spoilers and everything. 31%. Where's the airport? Where's the airport? I think I sort of see it. I'll pilot off. I'm gonna trim it out myself. Whoop, down, down. Oh, I see the runways all the way out there. Yeah, I may have made the downwind a little too long. Is this our final landing? Nope, we still have 2 other landings. Because we need to go to... This is called Murley Cay, or actually called Mudhole Airport. And then we actually land in Anchorage. Alright. See ya, Gemini Jets.
$1,000.
Oh boy.
Too low, flaps.
Oh right, he doesn't like me having less than 20 degrees. Dumping the rest of my flaps now. %, you can make it. We're only 2 minutes away. You're gonna miss our first crash, dude. Oh wow, look at that airspeed. That's not good.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
400.
Don't sink.
Oh crap. Oh look, there's trees in the way, that's great.
300.
That'll chop off like the 1,000 feet that we actually need. Down, down. Oh crap. Get down, get down.
200.
There's like one single tree that's in the way. Come on.
100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. Oh crap, I think we're off the runway. Yay, we landed on gravel runway airport. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I don't mind the unadjusted gravel and crap in there. Probably some bugs in there as well. Ant hills and whatnots. I just love how there's like no traction actually. We're just sliding around. Okay, how do we do? Do we actually go off the runway?
Don't sink.
Is this the airport? Yep. Okay. I'll just do the normal spot view, because why not?
300.
I'm curious if I actually nailed that tree. Because I did get really close.
200. 100.
Okay, just missed it by like 10
Minimum
feet.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh crap, yep, I went into the grass slightly. That's okay. The good thing is that this airport in real life is turf, so I don't think the gears would have collapsed by slightly sliding into the grass. Alright. Clean it up, and then we're gonna go off to an actual airport. Okay. Now, in theory, I'm supposed to like do a soft field takeoff, am I? It's really having trouble like getting moving. Probably sinking into the ground slightly. In theory, I can just taxi to the end of the apron and then take off from there. Just turn on to the runway really quickly. Oh, alright. See you around, Luke. Everything is set. Do we need more fuel? Yeah, let's get that up to 60%. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm technically supposed to do a soft field takeoff. Basically try to get my nose up as soon as possible, hold that nose up until we get off the ground. Oh, crap. I can't hold my nose up.
Minimums.
Oh, crap. That was not how to do a soft field takeoff. Yeah, I forgot once I like pulled the nose off the runway, like this thing has a really big, has really lots of problems like trying to maintain its yaw control. Alright, I forgot to set the altimeter, or altitude thing. Wow, look at our climb speed with only 60% fuel. Get it back down. Hello. You almost got shot. That's not good. Minimums, yeah. For some reason, that relates to the airport taking off. Oh crap, airspeed. Sorry. I also like how my flaps haven't blown out yet. Whoops. There we go. Flaps are all up. Cool. Well, we got the most difficult airport out of the way. Now it should be smooth sailing from now on. Mudhole has like 7,500 foot long runway. And then Anchorage, yeah, we don't even have to worry about that. That whole Area 51 thing is like, it just eventually became a party. With the Naruto runner and a few other guys. There was only one guy that actually got arrested. It was for like public urination or something. Otherwise, it was just a fun party. Alright, get the speed up. And how far away are we from... what's it called? Mudhole. Oh wow, we're actually real close. Okay. I'm not sure if we'll actually get up to cruising altitude at this rate. Staying hydrated. I thought those were beer bottles at first. I don't have my glasses on. Imagine 10 million civilians actually storming Area 51. I'm curious if, like, somebody set up the whole storming Area 51 just to see if Americans would actually do that. Like, I would be like if it's set up by a foreign nation or something. Like to Eugene. That is right. I think it's even shorter than that, isn't it? No, let's just do... Let's just do airspeed rather than Mach. Yawning at the same time? That's not allowed. There has been saying that yawns are contagious, potentially. It's a psychological thing or something. The storm is probably one of my more favorite ones. That's a good one to like. You're saying it at school. Now I'm curious, is the Fat Rat really, is it that popular in school? Sleepwalking, that's right. Sleepwalking is like a little bit more of a pop-ish, has a like pop music tone to it. And I think if I remember, it was actually made by Genji, which is the same guy who made was it Back Home? That was a song that I used for that Air Canada music video. Let me take a look. Oh, no worries, I'll make more. Yep, Genji did make Sleepwalking. He absolutely did. Going to Las Vegas to Houston. That's cool. I imagine the plane tickets might be pretty cheap right now. Going for work or vacation or something? Yeah, it's also another one of the favorites. Referring to, was it, Back Home or something. Yeah. Yeah, Genji doesn't make that much music nowadays. Or at least I haven't looked at his thing for a long time. Most of the time I use like the Fat Rat for my muse. Oh wow, look at that airspeed. I didn't know we get turbulence up here. To be fair, we are like only at 18,000. Also, the time I use the Fat Rat, because his music is like somewhat popular and is also all mostly copyright free. Genji, I think some of his music is copyrighted. I have to actually like take a look to see what kind of license applies. Yeah. Yeah, that type of stuff, like doing acrobatics and whatnot, that's like pretty intensive on the body. Oh geez, now you guys are just gonna be singing like the songs in the chat. You know, one of the worst things to happen was like my coworkers finding out about Fly Away, and then like my next door cubicle just starts singing that for the next like few weeks straight. That'd be cool. A cool collab with the Fat Rat or NCS. I wish I had that type of range. Would have flown Southwest, but your dad chose United. Eh. Oh well. Okay, it's a flight. A flight is a flight. Okay, I need to start descending, do I? I'm gonna descend to 3,000, how about that? Oops. Yeah, we're a little too close to the airport now. Where is it? Oh, wow. What's going on in chat? Don't mind me just trying to catch up to the chat. Chat. I enunciate my T's like very like forcefully for some reason. Favorite airline? I don't know anymore. It used to be Cathay. That was like mostly because it has to do with Hong Kong, that's why. Or rather Kai Tak to be particular. I guess still Cathay, but there might be another one out there soon. Yeah, what's going on in the chat? Huh. Oh, thanks for a compliment, Roblox. I don't know. That's just me. Oh, ouch. Yeah, that probably hurts. Break your knee. Like during my whole high school career, like I didn't do any sports. Oh, there's the airport. It's been hiding all the time. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the runway we're seeing right here is actually the short one. I think I see the crosswind runway. I mean, this is the crosswind runway. This one right over here, the one that's barely in sight, should be the one we're landing on. I don't know. We'll know for sure once we pass right on over. And I also like how the airport is surrounded by water on here. That is not what it looks like in real life. I just want to point that out. Oh no, hold on. I think this is the main runway. Trying to catch up to the chat. You might be going to Vegas. That'd be pretty cool. Yep, that's definitely the main runway. I do like the fact that it has like those massive back taxi circular thingies. That'll help us a lot. I also like the fact that all these runways are oriented in a way that makes them all direct crosswind in the setting that I set. They're all direct crosswinds. There's no like direct headwind runway headings for some reason available for me. Not a sports fan. Yeah, I was never really into sports or anything. As close as I got was maybe like, I never even got close actually. Consider track, yeah. A lot of my friends went into swimming for some reason. Swimming and tennis. Okay, let's see. How am I supposed to land here? Because... Okay, I got a plan. Oh crap. Let me turn off my autopilot. Oh crap. That's altitude hold. There we go. That's better. By the way, plain thick. I mean, I guess it's not that thick, is it? Come on. If this is thick, then the 900 is only slightly not thick. Yep. Gotta watch for that terrain. Okay. We're at 3,000 feet now, and we can descend on down to 1,500. Oh, you're not descending. What the heck? Whoops. 1,500 feet per minute is good. I should probably put my gear down, actually.
2,500.
Thanks for the call out. Laps down. You guys have some pretty serious injury stories. I swear, like, nothing ever interesting happened in our school. Or rather, I was like always like sort of the outlier, the orbiter. I didn't really care too much about what was going in to my classmates. Pull up? No, I'm good. Fortunately... Oh, crap. Bank angle. I should probably fly more than reading. Reading the goofs and gaffs. I think most of us aviation folks have been like the outliers. That's just, I mean, like, our passion is just very different from everybody else's. It's just the way it is. No, don't worry. We're not gonna die. Oh, crap. Airspeed. Should probably put in more flaps. Oh, nope. Get down. Oh, why are you gaining altitude? I'm supposed to... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna call it quits for this autopilot. Okay, you're done, autopilot. 3 degrees. There we go. That's better. Back just in time, yes sir. Now I better not botch this landing because this is one of the easier airports. Send a little faster. Oh, not that fast. I hope it's not dizzy for me to like keep switching between views. And I guess that's probably something I should have asked way earlier and not when we're close to the end of the journey. By the way, I'm not trying to stare at you guys. The airport is just right next to my webcam. my... Oh crap, my spoiler's not even armed. Oh crap, nope, that's not what I want to see. Oh, nope, down, nose down. 32, that's good. Are we in Russia yet? Don't worry, we'll get there. Eventually. Maybe a year away, but we'll get there. There we go, we're back on Clyde Slope.
1,000.
I don't think we need more than 30 degrees flaps here. We'll just keep it at 30 then. I hope I put in 30.
Sink rate.
Whoops.
Don't sink.
Alright, don't complain.
Don't sink.
500.
Don't sink.
Just a slight bit of crosswind. That's good. That'll push us back onto the central
400.
line. There we go. That's better. That looks beautiful now. Oh, too low now.
300.
Feels kind of normal to finally use 30 degrees flaps for landing.
200.
Whoop, whoop, airspeed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Get down.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Whoops. Float.
Don't
Wow,
sink.
crap. Ow, ow. Whoopsie. No, I still need thrust first. There we go. That's better. That's right. Get that alternating case in. Maybe that's a great entrepreneurship idea. Somebody should just create the alternating case keyboard.
Don't sink.
Alright, how do we do?
200. 100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Boing. There we go. Got pushed off to the side by the wind. Oh, come on. That's not Ryanair landing. That's at least, I don't know, what is another airline that actually does hard landings? Southwest? I don't know. Alright, time to back taxi. I think we got like enough of a crosswind that we can probably just take off, like, after doing a 180 on this thing. Oops. Wait, does Spirit do hard landings? Oh, Ryanair would hire me? I would love for them to. Okay, so let's see. How are we doing with fuel, by the way? How many percent do we have left? Okay, I think we can get to Anchorage. Yes, we are actually going to Anchorage now. 10 degrees flaps. Yeah, 10 degrees is good. At 15 actually. Why not? 2 degrees nose up. Spoilers are not armed. Seatbelt signs are on. Here we go. Oh, actually no. Let me dial in proper altitude. And I believe Anchorage is actually just 150 nautical miles away. So we can go all the way to like 28,000. And not feel silly to climb up and then immediately start descending. Heading airspeed 230 and 250. How about that? Let me just verify the distance. Yep, 140 nautical miles. That's fine. Alright, here we go. Whoa, whoa. That crosswind. Okay. Hopefully they'll cut some time because this time we're actually lined up directly with our flight path to Anchorage. What? Oh, whoops, I actually extended more flaps. That's why. And that was the gear siren. I was wondering, because why would I need gears when I'm taking off? Did I just retract all my flaps that quickly? Wow. And then I can just line up directly with the GPS flight path now. Cool, cool. Alright, what happened while I was gone? Oh, right. Hard landings. Spirit? I mean, I can see Spirit doing that, although I haven't seen that many hard landings from them. Then again, they fly A320s, which makes all landings feel soft. It's been said that 737 gears are a little bit stiffer, little less buttery. Thunderstorms are when Ryanair do all their landings and stuff. I can see that. Don't cancel flights because that'll make them lose money. You went to the fridge to look for soap? I mean, that's normal. Like, oftentimes I just look into the fridge even if I'm not looking for food. Potato, potato. Rotate. Go a little faster now. 270. Oh yeah, right. That's right. The cargo airlines make the hardest landings, except for FedEx with their MD-11s, because they can't really afford to do that. But, oh yeah, the UPS A300s, they definitely plop right on down. Try to make their A300s do like 3,000 feet of roll to make that taxiway. Flaps are all up. Everything looks good. Cool. I also like how I never turn off the fasten seatbelt sign for you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay back there. That's just my cup, by the way. $285. A phone in the microwave? Oh, don't worry, that's the way to charge them. Classic microwaving phone. Not flying around the cabin like jumping beans. That's good. I didn't ask to bring your bungees this time, but I guess, I don't know. Hope you guys held on to something. Never been on an Airbus plane? Dude, you're missing out. Now, to be fair, like, there are lots of common planes that I have not been on. Like, for the longest time, I've never actually been on the 737-800. Or the NG, actually. Until like a few years ago. Or, oh, actually, no. I've never flown on Alaska, like, Alaska mainline, until a few years ago. And I haven't flown on a 757 in a long time, too. One of the interesting things about Airbus planes, I know the A300s, whenever their landing gear comes down, it creates a really loud bang noise. I don't know if that's coming from the gear locking in place, or rather it's from the gear doors themselves. Because I think the gear doors actually, like, I've been looking at some like maintenance videos. When those gear doors come down, they're loud. They're really loud. Oh, you're flying too, officer? Iraqi Airways A320. I'm doing fine, by the way. Thank you, Aviator. How are you? Does Iraqi actually have an A320? I'm not familiar. I mean, it probably does. Almost every airline has an A320, yeah. But I did hear like a lot of Iraqi Airways planes actually cannot fly into Europe or something. At least it used to be that. I don't know if that's sort of changed by now. A319s are nice. The 319. I've never been on JetBlue. That's another thing. Lots of legroom. You know, something that has lots of legroom, in fact, Horizon Q400s. I don't know why. This seems it's just like 32 degrees. Like, I mean, 32 inches of legroom. That's incredible for a regional plane. Yeah, same here in the U.S. in general. People love using 737-800s. In Europe, though, it seems like everybody uses A320s. Same thing in Asia. Oh, JetBlue to Long Beach? I would love to. I'd love to. Oh, you fly, not flying. Oh no, I thought you were like doing a flight sim or something as well. Just trying to save face, that's all. Oh, thank you, Aviator. Oh yeah, they're buying 787s. That's good. Can I do Air New Zealand? You mean like fly on Flight Sim? Or like a real life video of it? Yeah, A320 is like pretty darn common. And yeah, I've rarely been on A320s. I think the first time I've been on one was like a few years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah, when going to LA, like I usually try to go through like Burbank or something. Something that's not LAX. At LAX, it almost feels like the traffic to the airport is longer than the flight itself. Pretty unique in that way. Oh yeah, if an Iraqi Airways plane like comes to Portland, like I would definitely film the crap out of that thing. Any kind of Middle Eastern airline coming here would be pretty cool. Or rather, any airline that is not a US airline. I'll put it that way. Originally, like, we were supposed to get a British Airways 787 here. I got a feeling that plan has been called off. Or they might need to fulfill the contract and fly here for a little bit before they cancel. You are going on first class on 787? If you guys can afford to do that, go right ahead. That must be a really great experience. Hope it's a good airline too. Oh, thanks, Aviator. Your parents fly on Delta usually? Delta's, yeah, pretty solid airline. I'd say like that's probably my favorite of the main US carriers. Well, maybe Alaska first and then Delta. Like whenever I can, I try to fly Delta to when I'm flying to Hong Kong. Which, by the way, Delta apparently doesn't fly to Hong Kong anymore. I was pretty disappointed about that. Did we just get up to cruising altitude? I just noticed it when I heard the noise change. And how far are we? Oh, okay, we're gonna have to start descending soon, actually. Pretty soon. Oh gosh, where did the comments go? Yeah, going through big airports is always an issue. Which is why I like flying, like when I'm flying international, I either want to fly directly to back to Portland or through YVR. YVR is like a pretty solid airport to go through immigration and all. What's up, Ryanair Employee of the Month? That's supposed to be a compliment, right? They got married in Las Vegas. Oh, nice. Remember your one day music video? That was actually that was probably my favorite one that I made. At least, yeah, probably favorite one that I made. But unfortunately, it didn't gain that much traction. Seems people are sticking with Flyway for some reason. Now, there's stuff that I would have changed about that one day video. But other than that, like, I actually like that one. And I'm glad you liked it too. I felt like the one, like, just thinking about top of my head now, like that one day video, like, the beats were a little on the hard side. I wish it was slightly softer. But other than that, like, I thought that was a pretty solid song to go with. Going back to Portland. What do I prefer, Boeing or Airbus? Deep inside I prefer Boeing, but at the same time, it's like I like most of their planes, but there were a few that I definitely have some negative opinions about. And it seems like Airbus, as far as management goes, Airbus does a better job with, like, actually company management. Boeing is basically ex-McDonnell Douglas by now. One day, super calm. It was like sort of meant to be in like slightly upbeat video. But yeah, it is calm as well. Calm, upbeat. We're playing X-Plane 11 and watching this at the same time. As long as your computer can handle it. I hope X-Plane 11 isn't as intensive on the CPU as the FSX is. The beats were epic. One day, one day. Boeing fans, we're all Boeing fans. I mean, you're talking to a guy living in Washington, so got my opinions about it. Also, like, when I was growing up, I watched the documentary, like, of the 777 called Building of the 21st Century Jet, and that was really the thing that got me into planes. If it weren't for that documentary, I would not be into planes, probably. And naturally, that's the reason why 777 is my favorite plane. Oh crap, did I? Don't tell me my joystick died. Okay, good. Descend, descend. Because I think we're getting pretty close now. Yeah, we're 32 nautical miles. Okay. Yeah, I kind of overshot it slightly. Just doing some Ryanair flying. .280 knots. Yeah, slow down. Yeah. Yep, exactly the same here. Boeing planes are the planes I like. But as far as company-wise, management-wise, Airbus is the way to go. What plane is this? Oh, hello, West Coast Aviation. What's up? Long time no see. Hope you're doing alright over there. What plane is this? This is 737-800. With, oh, wow, look, FSX is crashing now. It's okay, we don't need wings. Oh, there we go. That's better. Alaska home livery, 512 Alpha Sierra. This plane, this livery does not exist anymore, by the way. Probably for the better. I'm not sure if Alaska wants to be associated with Boeing at the moment. Should I actually figure out what the ILS for Anchorage is? I think I'm going to try to do that. Oh, thank you, Pepsi Martin. Flight engineering with DC-10, that's pretty cool. Next, can I be Air New Zealand? I mean, maybe. I'm probably gonna have to stick with 737, like, for a little bit. Because if I'm gonna do airport hopping to Moscow, I'm gonna need to land at some smaller airports. Like, I think there's one that's 3,000 something feet, runway lengthwise. I'm gonna have to look out for that. Some is my favorite, or your favorite rather. Most memorable flying experience. Those things are like they're really solid. It is true that like bigger planes do feel more solid after all. It just feels safer for some reason. Small planes just, I don't know, it's a psychological thing. Nothing new. .5,000 feet, how about that? Of all the... I've technically, like, I've flown on 747 quite a few times. I think I've flown on a 767 the most. And that's because I fly to, like, Tokyo and Narita. I've flown on the A380 once. And it was really comfortable. Pretty quiet as well. Even though I don't exactly... I would love to see an A380 and, like, film it in real life. But as far as airplanes goes, I'm always a Boeing fan. Usually. Not always. DC-10. I've flown DC-10 once. And it kept breaking down for some reason. Hold on, do you guys like the 747-400 more or the Dash 8? That's why I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna turn off VOR lock, because... why not? I am descending, yes. Realize it's been 4 months since yeah. It has been 4 months indeed. Just gonna check on AirNav to see what the proper frequency for... I think we're gonna land on 7 right. Because that's actually gonna give us a little bit of headwind. For the first time. Because all the other airports were just landing crosswinds. ILS 407, right. Let's take a look. Oh, crap. Oh, great, I can't read PDFs on my phone. That's great. Just gonna have to just eyeball it, I guess. Does anybody know what the ILS frequency for 07 right is? 747-8, that's right. Either ones are pretty cool, 400s and the Dash 8. I tend to have a tendency to like newer planes for some reason. I like the sound of 777s. And new planes sound like 777s. Do you use yoke? Nope, I use joystick. They're cheaper. Yokes are cool if, like, one can get their hands on one. We're not descending fast enough, are we? Come on. Just trying to get the frequency. Okay, so it's 111.3. 11.30. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go, West Coast. We discovered it. We discovered the frequency. This is communications, okay. 1.03. Can we just slap it in right now? $220 sounds good. How much do joysticks cost? I think I got this for like, if I remember correctly, it was like $17 or something. Don't take my word for it. It may have been 30. Let me take a look real quick. Logitech joystick. Yeah, yeah, $40. You can get one for cheap if you buy a used one for like $10. Oh, I'm really starting to get some lag now. Whoopsie. Trying to figure out some stuff right now. Get this out of my face. Nope. Nope. Communication? Nope. Oh, I thought I put it in. There we go. I think we locked on to something. Oh, nope, not ID, sorry. There we go. I thought I turned off the ID. What are you doing? You're back to a changed computer. Nice. We came in just in time. We're about to land in Anchorage. I'm gonna try to do it somewhat legit this time. First 10 degrees, degree of flaps, which is basically just the slats. Oh. Aye. Okay. There we go. Well, so much for that. Alright. Because we were so close, I'm gonna actually try to get back into Flight Sim and put us out onto that approach again. We're so close to landing. What was it? Payload? I think it was at fuel was at 0 and then I think at 40. Okay. ANC. Oh, that's not the airport code. PANC. Oh, right. They didn't change their runway designations at the time. Don't worry guys, nothing happened. I'm just gonna quickly get this set up again. Whoops. Sorry, turbulence severe. Shear strength. Yep, there we go. 30. Heading 1. Close enough. Can I set this to like on approach? Nope. Okay. That's right. Time to update the crash counter. And I can actually do that right now, can't I? Up-a-da-ba-da. Let me fix this up. FSX 2.5. Did that update? I think that did. Anyways. Let me set this back up to where it was originally. I don't know, what was the trim or 2 degrees, whatever. I think I had speed brakes armed. Oh, crap. Speed brakes armed at the time. Yeah, I got 1.3. Was it? There we go. Alright, and then we're just gonna move our way out there. How about that? I don't know, somewhere out here. It's not cheating when flight sim crashes, you know? Where are we at? 4,000 roughly? Heading, I think we were like at 150-ish or something. Oh, nope, definitely not 150. 100? Yeah, there we go. That looks about right. See if this works. Oh yeah, my gears are also down. I need to retract that real quick. That's not slewing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm slewing.
Don't sink.
Oh, what the heck? I thought I just set the airspeed, did I? Map. What? 220 knots. Heading 100. Was it 4,000?
Sink rate.
Thank you. One last jab. Okay. Did we look kinda... Yeah, we look a little bit like this. Not perfect, but whatever. Alright, unpause. There we go. Nothing happened. Get the gear back up. Look, nothing happened, guys. Everything was normal. Alright. Slowly intercepting the localizer. Oh, probably overshooting it now. And let me have the direction indicator on there. Take 2, and then 3 and 4. It was going so well also. Oh, right. Yeah, because it was originally gonna... We were originally... Oh, wow, I messed up the localizer again. Talking and flying at the same time. Because we were gonna land at, like... I was hoping to, like, end at, like, 12:30. And we were right on time. Up until this happened. Something looks off about the runway. On this thing. I don't think that's what Anchorage looks like. Let me take a look. It's probably messed up. Yeah, what the heck? I don't know. GPS says we're okay. I think it's just the add-on that's being a little bit screwed up. How many tires will pop on landing? Come on, dude. Gotta give me more faith than that. Probably all, because I didn't bother to switch the tires after a few hard landings. But it's okay. We don't have enough money for that anyways. Spent it all on fuel. Keep in mind there's no interior in this plane. I just want to point that out. Yay, the runway's in sight now. Do we have our landing lights on? Oh, and I should probably put on the fasten seatbelt sign. And the no smoking sign, in case that's still a question. There you go, that looks beautiful. Lock spot, by the way, I don't want wobbly cameras. Cockpit, oops, nope, not this one. $3,000 feet. Gear down. And we're really high at the moment. There we go, that's better.
2,500.
What's the trim on this thing at the moment? It seems kind of nose heavy. Flaps are coming in really slowly. Come on, get back down to the proper glide slope. Sliding off again. Wind's kind of pushing us around.
1,000.
I think 30 degrees is good enough. 30 degrees flaps. We're only slightly off the glide slope, but it feels
Sink rate.
almost like
Don't
oops.
sink.
It
Don't sink.
feels almost like we're high because
Don't
the
sink.
runway is so long. I like how the PAPI lights don't entirely agree with the ILS. Whoop. Come on. Ah, gosh. Nope. Down.
500.
Come on. Get back on the center line.
400.
Drop down. There we
Don't
go.
sink.
That's better.
300. 200.
Oh, I thought I armed my speed brakes.
100.
Oh well. I'll deploy them
Minimums,
manually.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ow. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, speed brakes are up. I thought I wasn't armed. Never mind. That was probably the wonkiest landing I've done so far. Yeah. Alright, let's see how we did. I think 60 seconds is good.
Don't sink. 200. 100. Minimums, 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, wow. I want to stay more. So I guess the only thing that went well-ish was that I stayed on the center line. mostly. That was a pretty hard pounce. Well, now we know. Well, anyways, welcome to Anchorage. Finally, we made it to our destination. Okay, where do we park now? And I do not know how to taxi at this airport. I should probably figure that out. I don't see any planes. There's no planes. Cool. On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with Alaska Airlines. What airport did we actually take off from? Technically, are we talking about when we first began all of this? I think it was YVR. We started, well, technically, like, I started all of this, like, at Kaitak. But then we just, like, slewed our way over to Memphis. And then YVR. And look, we finally get to park at a proper gate. Now, what's the probability that, like, this gate would actually contact the plane correctly? Lights off, everything's off. There you go. Seatbelt signs off. Shift E. Let's see if anything good happens. Okay. Guess the gate is gotta be fixed. You guys are just gonna have to climb up onto the jetway after. Alright. Good game, guys. Good game. Well, yeah, our next stream? I don't know. I thought we were flying to Moscow, but, well, we'll think about that then. We'll think about it. I think, next time I'm streaming is probably going to be on Saturday next week. Or this week, rather. Because I'm only going to be streaming on weekends now. Probably starting with Warplanes first for Saturday, and then Flight Sim on Sunday. That's at least a plan for now. Sounds good? Alright. Well, thanks for joining in, guys. I'll see you later. See you next week.